Over the years, the appearance of black cubes around the Sun has been a recurring phenomenon. While there are various theories and explanations regarding these sightings, there is no concrete evidence to support any of them. One theory suggests that these cubes may be spacecraft or other advanced objects orbiting the Sun. Another theory speculates that these cubes may be the result of image processing anomalies, camera lens flares, or other optical illusions. However, this explanation does not account for the consistent appearance of these cubes in various images and videos from different sources. Some people believe that the black cubes are related to the ancient Egyptian god, Osiris, and are part of a theory involving advanced life forms. Throughout history, various ancient civilizations have described and depicted advanced machines in the sky. From the ancient Indian texts of the Vedas to the Nazca lines of Peru, many cultures have documented such objects in their art, writing, and oral traditions. This has led to the question of why these civilizations talked about these advanced machines in the sky. One theory is that these civilizations may have had contact with beings who visited Earth in advanced spacecraft. Some ancient texts describe such beings as gods or divine messengers who traveled the heavens in chariots or other advanced vehicles. For example, in the ancient Indian text of the Rig Veda, there are descriptions of flying chariots known as vimanas that were piloted by the gods. Another theory suggests that these advanced machines were actually built by ancient civilizations themselves. According to this theory, these civilizations possessed advanced knowledge and technology that has since been lost to time. The ancient Egyptians, for instance, were known for their advanced engineering skills and construction of impressive structures, such as the pyramids. Some speculate that they may have also possessed knowledge of aerodynamics and even built flying machines. It is also possible that the depictions of advanced machines in the sky were simply creative interpretations of natural phenomena, such as comets or meteors. Many ancient cultures had mythologies that were based on the movements and patterns of the stars and planets. In some cases, these celestial events may have been interpreted as divine messages or omens. It is also possible that these cubes are simply an artifact of the way that images and video are captured and processed. With the widespread availability of high-quality cameras and video equipment, it is easier than ever for individuals to capture and share images of the Sun and other celestial objects. However, this also means that more people may be interpreting these images in unusual ways, leading to the emergence of theories and other unfounded claims. As of right now, the black cubes around the Sun are likely to remain a mystery. While it is possible that there is some unknown phenomenon at work, it is also possible that these sightings are the result of misinterpretation or optical illusions. Until more concrete evidence is available, it is up to individuals to draw their own conclusions about what, if anything, these black cubes really mean. In recent years, there have been multiple reports of mysterious aircrafts near the International Space Station, causing speculation and theories to circulate on the internet. Firstly, it's worth noting that the International Space Station is the largest man-made structure in space and orbits the Earth at an altitude of approximately 400 kilometers. It is also equipped with various cameras and sensors that monitor the Earth's surface and atmosphere, as well as external objects in space. This means that any unusual sightings near the International Space Station are often captured on camera and recorded. One explanation for the sightings could be natural phenomena, such as meteors or space debris. These objects can sometimes appear as bright lights or strange shapes, which could be mistaken for mysterious aircrafts. However, some of the reported sightings have been described as moving in a controlled and deliberate manner, indicating that they may not be natural phenomena. Some have suggested that these sightings could be the result of secret military spacecraft or experimental technology being tested in the vicinity of the International Space Station. It's worth noting that the United States government has previously denied the existence of any such technology. Another explanation for the sightings could be advanced civilizations. Some believe that the International Space Station is being monitored by intelligent life forms from other planets, in the same way that we are sending probes across the solar system. It's worth noting that NASA has not confirmed the existence of extraterrestrial life and have explained that most sightings can be explained by natural phenomena or man-made objects. ESA Huygens probe landed on Saturn's moon Titan. Roughly 17 years ago, on January 14, 2005, the Huygens probe landed on Saturn's moon Titan. Since 2005, Huygens has provided scientists with data to help them better understand this one-of-a-kind planet. The Huygens probe landing was the farthest any probe had travelled before. After travelling through space for over 7 years, it also became the first to land in the outer solar system. The Huygens probe weighed roughly 700 pounds and was shaped like a shellfish with a hard protective outer shell. The probe had the ability to measure many aspects of Titan's surface, including its physical and electrical properties, wind speed, radiation levels, and the chemical gases that are present. The probe also had the ability to take photos of the surface. Imaging team leader Carolyn Porco wrote, "I distinctly recall the dreamy feeling of being in one universe one moment and in another universe the next. But it was no dream. We had, without doubt, journeyed to Titan, 10 times farther from the Sun than the Earth, and touched it. The solar system suddenly seemed a very much smaller place." The images returned to the European Space Agency included photos of an apparent shoreline, including breaks in the Earth carved by some sort of flowing liquid. There was also evidence that supports the idea of an underground ocean of water and ammonia deep beneath an icy crust. One of the reasons scientists are interested in researching the surface of Titan is because of the presence of chemicals that are believed to have been present on a young Earth. Nitrogen and methane were both found in the atmosphere. The methane element is interesting because methane's lifespan in Titan's atmosphere is only tens of millions of years, meaning the methane must somehow be replenished throughout time. There were changes with the Huygens probe. These changes are helping scientists perfect probe design as we continue to explore space. The first problem the ESA encountered was the spin direction of the probe. After an unexpected flip in the spacecraft's spin, it descended onto Titan more quickly than anticipated. The spin direction and speed were essential to scientists because any alterations could affect the spacecraft's ability to stabilize for landing. The ESA explained, luckily, the magnitude of this reversed spin was similar to that expected by the researchers, meaning that the unexpected flip affected the timing of the planned observations but did not dramatically affect their quality. Unfortunately, there was also an issue with a programming sequence that meant about 350 images Huygens took were never sent back to Earth. Not only did Huygens provide scientists with imperative data about Saturn's moon Titan, but 17 years later, the data acquired during Huygens' journey is still helping spacecraft designers create future probes. Elon Musk's first human colony on Mars would have to survive on a vegan diet. It could not be anything more like a movie. Elon Musk recently announced that future Martians will survive by growing their own food in solar-powered hydroponic glass dome farms. As a result, meat will not be on the menu, and these first people on Mars will have to survive on a completely vegan diet. Musk does say, at least for the moment, that it will likely only be the first 100 people on Mars who are limited to fully vegan cuisine, owing simply to the extremely high levels of power which will be required to run and maintain the self-sustaining farms, combined with the obviously limited resources. For example, a study written by John Strickland from the National Space Society outlined the fact that you would halve the number of people domes could sustain if they also required meat and fish compared to a vegan diet. Similarly, it is also thought that if people did stick to a plant-only diet, a 0.3 square mile farm with 4 levels to it could feed a colony of approximately 5,000. However, Musk does not foresee glass domes being the story of life on Mars forever, and rather suggests them to be a form of temporary habitats for the first cohort of people to help develop more permanent infrastructure on the red planet. With Starship, the Mars rocket, looking highly likely to be ready for its first test orbit sometime this year, the possibility of life on Mars is becoming increasingly real. Therefore, preparing for other logistical details, such as how to then survive once you have reached Mars, will be the next groundbreaking research needed in the field to continue expanding our horizons, quite literally. Plans for life on Mars are wide and varied. China, United States, and the United Arab Emirates all have plans to succeed at cracking human travel to Mars by 2040, and the UAE has gone so far as to plan future civilization on the Red Planet. However, Musk is currently making headway and has the most aggressive plan, aiming to get a human crew to Mars by 2026 and an established thriving city by 2050. With international involvement creating even more competition and incentive to be the first to Mars and first to facilitate life on Mars too. Mysterious kick just after the Big Bang may have created dark matter. Scientists believe that matter and antimatter should be balanced. They are counterparts, and as most materials that are opposites, they ought to cancel each other out on contact. All the universe's matter should have been destroyed as soon as it came into existence as a result of touching with antimatter. But, as we know, that's not the case, and there is a known imbalance in space when it comes to matter and antimatter. Scientists now theorize that when the universe was in its infancy, a kick was responsible for producing far more matter than antimatter. It's possible that this imbalance between them made dark matter. Dark matter has a pull on everything, yet it does not interact with anything, even light. All we know is it exists and makes up 80% of our cosmos, but how it works, how it came to be, and what it does is still a mystery. And yet, we also know that regular matter has nothing in common with dark matter, which is, as of now, outside our understanding of physics. It is believed that for a short while, antimatter and matter were balanced, but something caused that balance to shift and it filled the universe with matter. Scientists do not know when this happened, if it even did. It is now thought that perhaps the imbalance of matter and antimatter is connected to the birth of dark matter. It would make sense for these processes to be connected, but without proof, one can only speculate and study the situation. A study by ArcSiv from 2020 alleges that space relies on a baryon number symmetry. Baryons are composed of quarks, protons and neutrons, and it claims that all baryons must be equal in interaction with baryons possessing antiquarks. If this paper is accepted by peers, it will suggest that symmetry is an aspect of almost all things in space, yet it suggests that in the early cosmos, the kick specifically pushed antimatter and matter out of proportion. In physics, if symmetry is shattered, it creates what is called a Goldstone boson. So if the theory is correct, it adds evidence to the idea that dark matter is a product of the baryon number of matters breaking. The balance between dark matter and matter then suggests they are indeed related. But this theorized model of understanding dark matter does not help with the split between dark and normal matter. 80% dark matter and 20% matter. They are in rough balance, and it's thought that it's because they share their origins. This unknown origin or kick is yet to be theorized, and for now is being held as a placeholder. But what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.